What's up guys, Josh Blunt here and welcome to my channel. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. Today we're going to be bringing out all of the good stuff. As you saw in the title and the thumbnail, we're going to be making and reviewing a FunFetti cheesecake. That is right, I've never had this recipe before, so I'm super excited. I hope you're excited as well. It looks amazing. Who does not like cheesecake? Make it for that special somebody. Make it on the weekends. This is a guilt-free dessert. Not that you should ever feel guilty by eating a dessert, but if you ever do, that's going to stop right now, because in this video, we're looking to bring you high value and low calories. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. I do appreciate your support. I got this recipe from Flexible Dieting Lifestyle. I'm super excited about this recipe, so you're not going to want to miss this. On a side note, I want to thank everybody for being a part of this family, for liking and subscribing to my channel. I've been on this platform for 7 months and I just monetized my channel, so thank you all so much for being a part of this family and making that happen. That's definitely something that I wanted to do because I want to be able to support this channel so I can continue to bring value to you guys, whether it's low-calorie recipes or just a better way to better health. So thank you again for all of your support. I do appreciate it. And with that being said, let's dive in. Alright guys, I'm going to go over every single ingredient for each step with you right now, and then we're going to put this whole thing together. So the first step is going to be making the crust. We're going to start off with 130 grams of crushed graham cracker. Then we're going to be doing 100 grams of a plain non-fat Greek yogurt. The next step is 28 grams of a light butter. And the final ingredient of the crust is going to be 30 grams of a whey vanilla protein powder. So we're going to take all of these ingredients and we're going to blend them up in a food processor until the crust is kind of wet to the touch. After that, we're going to put it in a bowl, put it in the freezer to cool down a little bit, and preheat the oven to 400 degrees. All right, so the next step is to spray down your cheesecake pans with a cooking spray. He uses 4 mini cheesecake pans in his video. I'm going to be using 1 large one. I'm going to make 1 large cheesecake. The ingredients, the calories, everything is going to be the same, so that's going to be up to you. Spray down the pan, and then you're going to press the mold into the cheesecake pan. If it gets a little bit sticky, then just wet down your finger. The next step is to make up the protein cheesecake. The first ingredient is going to be 220 grams of a fat-free cream cheese, which is basically one whole thing like this. Next is going to be 2 whole eggs, but if you don't want to use the yolk, you can use 100 grams of egg whites instead. All right, so the next ingredient is going to be 220 grams of your non-fat plain Greek yogurt, 60 grams of your whey vanilla protein powder, 8 grams of a 0-calorie sweetener of your choice, and 30 grams of sprinkles. So you're going to want to add all of the ingredients to the food processor except for the sprinkles. You're going to want to blend it all up, put it in a bowl, and then add the 30 grams of the sprinkles and mix it up with a spoon. Once the oven has been preheated to 400 degrees, you're going to want to put your crust in the oven for 10 minutes. While the crust is baking, put your cheesecake ingredients that you just made in the fridge to let it cool. Once the crust is finished baking after the 10 minutes, take it out of the oven, turn the oven down to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. After that, you're going to want to spray the cheesecake pan one more time with the cooking spray, and then add your cheesecake filling and then put it back in the oven. Now you're going to want to bake your cheesecake for about 20 to 25 minutes until the center of the cheesecake is about 80% solid. Once you get to that point, you're going to want to take it out of the oven and put it in the fridge to cool. While the cheesecake is cooling in the fridge, you can make up your frosting. We're going to do 45 grams of a whey vanilla protein powder, 22 grams of a powdered sugar, 12 grams of a sugar-free, fat-free white chocolate pudding mix, 4 grams of a 0-calorie sweetener of your choice, and then last up, 60 grams of a non-fat plain Greek yogurt. So all of the dry ingredients you're going to add to a bowl, so not the non-fat plain Greek yogurt, but everything else, add it to a bowl, mix it in slowly with some cold water until you get a thick frosting. At that point, you can add the Greek yogurt and mix it all together, put it in the fridge to cool. Once all of the ingredients are cooled and put together, you can now add the frosting on top of the cheesecake and then add your sprinkles and enjoy. So with that being said, let's make this up. right, guys, so it's been about 2 hours and I am ready to eat this well-earned cheesecake. Just a couple of things before we get started. Number one, after it's been in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes, you need to put it in the fridge for 2 to 3 hours to let it rise. I know it's a torturous time when you just want to take a bite, but you got to do it. Put it in the fridge for 2 to 3 hours, let it rise. Number two, when you're making the frosting, I added a little bit more water than I should have and made it a little bit more creamy than what the recipe called for, but it actually kind of worked out because I like my frosting a little bit more creamy, kind of going over the edges rather than a thick frosting. So if you like it creamy, dripping over the edges, add a little bit more water. If you like it more thick and controlled, add a little bit less water. So make sure you add the water slow and controlled as you're mixing with the frosting. And with that being said, let's cut into this bad boy and get ourselves a piece. All right, guys, so we got ourselves a piece, and if you can see, this thing is incredible. If you can see that, the crust to cheesecake ratio is absolutely amazing with the frosting on the top, the sprinkles throughout. This thing is incredible. All right, so let's take our first bite here, guys. First bite, best bite. Just cuts right through it. Oh my God. I love cheesecake. This is amazing. You got a perfect combination of this cheesecake and the crust. Cuts perfectly. You got the sprinkles throughout. This is an incredible dessert. Amazing recipe. Like I said, we're gonna bring high value today, low calories, and that's exactly what we got. Make this for the person that you love. Make it for the weekend. Either way, you're not gonna be disappointed. This is amazing. All right, guys, there you have it. An amazing recipe, high value, low calories, just like I promised. If you're trying to watch your weight, if you're trying to reduce the amount of calories, but you still love your cheesecake, you still love your desserts, then start here. This is an amazing choice. All of the calories are gonna be listed right here. The entire thing is a little over 1,300 calories, but the piece I was eating is a normal sized piece of cheesecake. It's only 150 calories. So you can easily have this as a snack, as a dessert, on the weekends, after work, whatever you want. Reward yourselves. You've earned it. You do not have to give up your desserts. You just have to find a creative, low-calorie way to make them. If you guys like this kind of content, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're feeling generous. I do appreciate your support this far. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys on the next video.